everybody. A second here. All right, everybody. I'm in. I think this is Beebe. In Beebe, Arkansas, right now. And we've got a little bean supercell going up just to the east of here. And I don't know if we're going to catch it, but I'm heading to McCrory. Heading to McCrory. It's a, like I said, a small isolated cell. So it would be that cell that we're looking at out ahead of us here, actually. Joining us, we've got this risk for severe weather today here in central Arkansas. So I'm getting on North Highway 67 here in Beebe. This is north of Little Rock, and we need to put the pedal to the floor. This thing came out of nowhere. Wouldn't be surprised if this thing goes warned at some point here. Pretty favorable environment, at least for severe thunderstorm, you would think. You're also welcome to tag along here as we do our live storm chasing. Trying to get some things figured out here. Trying to keep the car on the road and look at the map at the same time. Storm's going in the general direction of McCrory, Arkansas. No tornado warning or anything, nothing like that. Just a suspicious looking storm. There is a severe thunderstorm warning already over there in Tennessee. Move the camera a little bit there. That'll help. Headed north right now. The storm we're going after is just off to our east. Yeah, for you folks with My Radar, our stream should actually pop up on My Radar here shortly if you have that layer turned on. Yeah, Oak Cliff. Much rather be in Australia right now. Tell you what though, it's really nice out here. It's 73 degrees here in central Arkansas. Abnormally warm, that is for sure. Oh yeah, whatever, anything happens later with this QLCS event is definitely going to be a mess. That'll be overnight. However, this storm that we're going after, just kind of for funsies, is discrete. It's all on its own. It's fairly low precip. Looks like it's going to be coming into Georgetown, Arkansas. Not sure what route we're going to take. I'm just going back up 67. I just came from this way. It's a little bit out of frame. It's off. It'll be off to the God, I guess it'd be off to the right there. Can't really get it in frame at the moment. Some of these storms may have tornado potential, especially if they can remain discreet. But then we got that cold front crashing through later. That's going to bring probably a squall line and QLCS type event. It's going to be a mess. Hopefully we can catch up to this thing.
Wednesday, the temperature was, guys, we're mostly cloudy.
No special weather statements or anything on this. It's not, like I said, it's not a very intense looking storm. It's about to do a cell merger here. This is just off to the southeast of Searcy, Arkansas, but it's something to watch. I guess I'm just going to backtrack here the way I came from. Nothing like wasting a bunch of gas. Yeah, we're headed to those ones that are off just roughly east of Beebe. Windy out. Looking directly ahead there through the dirty windshield, sorry about that. Looking directly ahead there, that's the northernmost cell that this one off to our east is going to merge with here. Probably form a small mass, a little segment here. Just coming up towards Searcy. I just came through here. My plan was to head to Conway and then go over toward like Fort Smith. Western Arkansas there. I think it's Fort Smith. Greenwood, yeah, Fort Smith. Head over there toward Western Arkansas. Looks like that's where the line of severe storms is going to start forming later on, according to the short range models anyway. But decided to turn around. We'll give this guy a try. You can always go back. Off the windshield, which is a little frustrating. Not a good road option to get to where I want to go. Try something else. Try switching our GPS destination. See if it's any easier to go to Gregory. Tough about these events down here is everything moves, so the storm motion is so quick, hard to keep up. option. We're gonna have to get up north of these, north of the storm, and then cut down north to south. And these things are really moving. This thing's got to be moving 45 miles an hour at least. I usually don't jump on storms like this right away, but hang on, I gotta mute the audio quick here. I got a phone call. Yeah, I got a phone call reminding me that there's it's like 1-inch hail. Apparently there's hail reported with that storm that's in Tennessee, western Tennessee. There's a thunderstorm warning. Apparently has some lower level rotation with it on radar. Not surprised. I didn't even look at surface ops. I wonder if our dew points got higher than anticipated or something, because we weren't really expecting these prefrontals. Again, I'm near Searcy, Arkansas right now. I got about 10 minutes or so before we're going to be able to make a turn off to the east and basically creep up on these storms. We're not going to commit to them too fully just yet. I'm not sold on these. Necessarily think these are the ones to go after. I don't want to end up in western Tennessee when the main show happens in Arkansas or something. So due north of us, another tower going up. Any rotation in any of these. I wonder if the main show is going to be western Tennessee. If that's the case, we will not make those, that's for sure. Actually going to be getting on 64 east. I'm north of 40. I want to drop into this thing from the north. We're going to be out of daylight here anyway shortly. I'm not sure what sunset is here, but I'm sure it's pretty close. It's a really really pretty area though. I like eastern Arkansas. It's pretty tame to chase in. It's relatively flat. The closer you get to the Mississippi River, the better the terrain is. It gets to the point where it's actually really flat. And there's not too terrible much for trees. Tennessee on radar, western Tennessee there, that are severe thunderstorm warned. They're not impressive by any means, but they are definitely something to have an interest in. There is some rotation showing with them. Headed off to the northeast here on 67. Central or eastern Arkansas. But these storms are already kind of collapsing a little bit. I kind of figured we're losing that daytime heating, so we're losing a lot of that instability. That's going to kind of kill these storms off. Yeah, there is that slight risk for severe weather in effect, with it mentioned for a tornado risk by the Storm Prediction Center. I have a feeling we'll be streaming later on tonight too. I think this is just a little bit of a teaser for later, if you will. You're going to have that cold front come through. That's going to be a QLCS, basically a linear or a line. It's a big mess probably. Camera's pointed more east than north. We're going to be coming up into Bald Knob, Arkansas, and then we can take an east option, which will be Highway 64. Runs parallel to 40, basically. Eventually take us into Memphis. Not going to go to Memphis. I was actually down chasing in this area not too terrible long ago. It was either the very end of September or the beginning of October. We were near Memphis. Yeah, these storms just don't have enough instability to work with, I don't think. A bit. Take a look at this tower up ahead of us. My windshield wipers are shot. I cannot seem to find windshield wipers that last for this car. Tried everything. I just need to replace these. I was actually going to stop at a Walmart. I wasn't expecting to be chasing already. I was going to stop at a Walmart and then find somewhere to have dinner and get some wipers. So I can't leave them on or they streak, so I apologize for the raindrops. But you can see that tower right there, just to the left of the road. Yeah, I think instability is the issue. As expected. I was not expecting anything too great out of any of this. But, like I said, We are on 67 near Searcy, Arkansas. We're north of there. We're gonna be coming into Bald Knob and then taking a right on 64. So northeast of Little Rock, Arkansas. There's another storm up there near Newport, Pleasant Plains. None of these look that great. I don't really expect any of them to be that great either. There's another storm back there. Is that Clinton? It looks like Clinton, Arkansas also. I think these are those prefrontals that the HRRR was hinting at earlier. I don't see any mesoscale discussions or anything. I'm just about to hit Highway 64 up here. Bald Knob. Storm looks a little bit better in person than it does on the camera. The base is pretty. May consider launching the drone, because I don't think we're going to look at much for severe weather from these storms. They're having a pretty rough time organizing. So it looks like the next town is Augusta, Arkansas.
Gary.
A nice lightning strike. I don't know if that showed up on the stream or not. I do have a way to patch the drone live feed into the stream. I may put the drone up here just for funsies. looks like a tornado warning in Tennessee. Near Jackson, Tennessee, a tornado warning. Of course, yeah, what is that, 100 miles from us? 150 miles away, of course. That's how that goes. I'm actually surprised. Not surprised that that storm out there in Jackson, Tennessee, western Tennessee is a problem because it's prefrontal, but I'm surprised that it's that far, basically that it's over there. That surprises me. Guys, we're going into a spot here where there's limited data coverage, so the stream may go in and out. If the stream gets cut off, just check back in a couple of minutes. See, OBS keeps popping up saying that the bit rate keeps dropping, so that would indicate that maybe have a struggling internet connection just a tad. I just got information on that tornado warning here. Give me a second. Tornado warning for Lexington, Tennessee, Parsons, Tennessee, Scotts Hill, Tennessee. Till 5:45 p.m. Central Time, so that'd be 6:45 Eastern. Got a mesoscale discussion. Something. It'll take me a minute to get the mesoscale discussion out. Probably gonna have to core punch this thing. Maybe we'll... That'd be fun. I got the mesoscale discussion now. Storm Prediction Center's website's really rough to load those sometimes. Holy moly. camera's a little washed out. I gotta get these things, the color profiles in them tweaked a little bit. This is a flat color profile. I gotta get something in there because there's a lot more contrast here in real life. Make sure that's a cop. Nope. And of course, this gentleman in front of us decided to pull out in front of us and cut us off, and now we're doing 40 to 55. So, approaching Augusta, Arkansas. This is along 64. This is northeast of Little Rock. Storm's going to be off to our south. I'm going to get up here near McCrory and bust it south and see if we can get ahead of this thing a little bit. Yeah, Juan, I've got radar here in the car. Any day now, I'll get that mesoskill discussion on the screen. Holy cow, there it is. 40% chance of a watch. Can't get the details, driving obviously. Should be able to connect my car or my phone to the car like this and have it read the mesoskill discussion. Used to be able to anyway.
Severe potential. Watch possible. Valid 052305Z060130Z. Probability of watch issuance. 40%. Summary: an isolated and marginal severe threat will likely continue for the next few hours from northeast Arkansas into western Tennessee. Weather watch issuance remains possible across parts of the mid-Mississippi Valley early this evening. Discussion: the latest radar imagery from Memphis shows scattered convection to the northeast of Little Rock, with a second more isolated area located to the east-northeast of Memphis. This convection is located along an axis of moderate instability, where MLCAPE is estimated in the 1000 to 1500 kg range by the RAP. This surface-based development is being supported by warm advection, associated with a low-level jet in the mid-Mississippi Valley. The diurnally warmed boundary layer is also likely contributing as well. In addition, the WS-88 DVWP at Little Rock has 0 to 6 km shear at 45 kT with substantial speed shear in the lowest 1 km. This should support a marginal wind damage and hail threat. The hotograph from Memphis also has some curvature suggesting that a marginal tornado threat will also be possible. The severe threat may slowly increase as the low-level jet in northern Arkansas shifts southeastward. This increasing potential is somewhat conditional, because the loss of daytime heating may negatively impact development further east. Over the next couple of hours, weather watch issuance still remains possible for this convection, especially if storm coverage ramps up quicker than expected.
Okay, National Storm Prediction Center is considering a watch for this area. Nice. Thanks everybody for following along. Lost daylight. I cranked the ISO on the camera here. Kind of grainy, but it's pretty dark, so it's going to be really tough to stream. But really, anything, you know, pretty good lightning producers. So might be able to, that might help us out a bit. Be coming into McCrory here in about probably 15 minutes. McCrory, Arkansas, due west of Memphis on Highway 64. One of these things I hate about chasing at night, getting your eyes to adjust from looking at the computer screen, you know, the radar and camera, and then outside the car. It's kind of a pain. Storms are kind of falling apart a bit. Yeah, as expected. Strong rotation on radar, Lexington, Tennessee. If you're in that area, definitely be cautious. These storms here that we're on here in central, east central Arkansas, east northeast of Little Rock here, are not very impressive. Kind of anticipating more storms possibly later on tonight. Those storms will be coming from the west, headed east, probably in a big QLCS type wall line. Yeah, this storm has kind of just become a big mess. Doesn't really have a lot of radar structure left to it. It is really dark out here. I see the picture's getting pretty grainy, but it is it's definitely nighttime dark. It gets dark so early anymore, you know, just because of the time of the year, it makes chasing difficult. Holy cow. Close range lightning intercept. Excellent. Cloud to ground. Coming into McCrory, Arkansas. Really nice Christmas lights right here. Holy cow. Whole yard's decorated. Probably going to head north up here late in a bit, maybe. Might actually just wait here for a minute. Just coming into McCrory. Probably need to just wait a minute and get this figured out. Because none of these storms look like they're really worth anything at the moment. So we'll probably pull over right here and look at radar super fast. I haven't even had time to clean the windshield off or anything. Just pretty much went right to chasing. Was not expecting that. Alright, so we're stopped in McCrory. I'm going to post a replay of our cloud to ground lightning strike there to Facebook and Twitter momentarily. I get it loaded into Rush here.
Holy cow.
Well, at least we got the lightning strike on the replay. At least that's something to come away from the chase with. Why the computer's beeping? Yeah, this storm is not looking so good. Lost that daytime heating, and that's probably the culprit. Just get this exported here. It's entirely possible that once these storms move a bit further east, they could become interesting. But I don't know if I want to follow them that far east. I don't want to end up in Tennessee or something like that. Because then we'd have to go all the way back across Arkansas. Still trying to get that posted. I'm gonna get logged in to something here real quick. Oh, Twitter. Really need to get Twitter to accept an HD video, or a full HD video file here. Hang on, let me try re-uploading that. If you guys want, go ahead and check our Facebook or Twitter pages. That's Cloud to Ground Strike's posting now. That's the most interesting thing that's happened all night. It's not even that interesting. It looks like on radar, the healthiest looking storm out of these ones here in northeast Arkansas is the one that's over Tupelo and maybe the one up near Newport. Otherwise, that tornado warning remains in effect for east of Jackson, Tennessee still. We may head back north and then find a route back to 67.
sunny. There is a slight risk for it was 71 degrees.
Yeah, we're gonna head north. A rotating wall cloud was reported on the storm near Newport, Arkansas. I don't really buy that though. Not sure if that's a good report or not. Should be a north option. Somewhere. Right there. So I'm headed north toward Tupelo, Arkansas. Not quite sure what I'm headed after, but storms are kind of congealing to the north a bit. Might as well head north, see if we can find anything. Turn the contrast down just a tad. Take a little bit of the noise out of there. Let's see here. About 7 minutes from Tupelo, Arkansas, approaching from the south. These are all pretty run-of-the-mill looking. nice night out here. Still 65, even though it just rained. Oh, holy smokes, this guy's gonna pull right out in front of us. So is this guy. Nope, going another way. Jeez. Why? Yeah, these storms are mostly north of 64 here. East of Little Rock. I think once we get up to Tupelo, it might be time to abandon these and then just make our way back to 67. I don't think these are going to pose that much of a severe threat. I could be wrong. I don't want to shoot myself in the foot and leave them too early. But I don't want to have to drive straight all the way back to western Arkansas to catch this other line that's going to develop. I'd like to be able to maybe stop, get out of the car for more than 5 minutes for the first time today. So I'm trying not to commit to these eastern ones unless I see a reason to. Too. Brought some Windex, but I haven't had a chance to actually use it. It's been driving all day. Need to get the windshield cleaned off. There's a lot of glare. There's a lot of well, the windshield's just dirty on the inside. I actually like chasing in this area, this eastern, pretty much Arkansas. Anything east of Little Rock isn't too terrible bad terrain-wise. Kind of enjoy it. I do like the area. It's a good excuse to, you know, get out of the cold weather that's in the Midwest in the middle of the winter, because a lot of times we'll get these sporadic you know, events like this in November, December before it really transitions to Dixie Alley, you know, like January, February, March, where it's really in the deep south there. That transition zone here. Jackson County, Arkansas. Yeah, I think these storms are done. I just personally, in my personal opinion, don't see these posing much more of a severe threat. Now, there's better parameters wind shear wise. I looked at the VWP for the Okay, we're back. Yeah, sorry about that. The data coverage isn't the best out here, and sometimes the stream drops. So if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, sometimes if the stream drops for more than a couple of seconds, it'll actually end the live stream. So sometimes you just might have to close it and come back and see if it's brought back up. It should reconnect automatically. But as I was saying, I just don't think that these are going to pose a significant tornado threat. I think it's time to leave them. Part of me wants to stick with them. I kind of like to pick a storm and stay with it. That's not always feasible. I think we might have to leave these and start heading back toward the Little Rock area. Nothing developing yet, but yeah, there's a cold front that should sweep through later tonight. That'll probably spark a line of showers and thunderstorms with a possible tornado threat. I'd say I think the tornado threat's a little bit lower than anticipated, maybe. That's just my personal opinion. Oh, I just missed where I needed to turn it. Kind of have a hard time seeing the roads when they're wet. Head back toward Augusta, get back on 67 there. There's a special weather statement on these storms. I think we better use the assistance of the GPS here to make this a little bit easier. Probably just head back toward Conway. Yeah, I think the plan here is to head back toward Conway. like kind of out, a little bit out in the middle of nowhere here. No real good way back to 67, but we'll end up going back through Bald Knob. These storms are just so starved of instability, it's not even funny. I haven't looked at the latest short-range models. I'm guessing HRRR probably still showing the same as it was earlier. This road is not great. Potholes everywhere. Yeah, HRRR does pick up on that little cluster of showers and storms we were following. Starts forming that line that we've been talking about back out near the Tulsa area, northwest corner of Arkansas. Around 9-10 o'clock, shows it barely intensifying for an hour or two, and eventually intensifying. Not sure what's going on here. This guy's trying to pass me, and it's like he can't get going fast enough to pass me. That's interesting. Around maybe 1-2 a.m. 1 or 2 a.m. I should say. Yeah, there's a stronger cell that's going to pass through Jonesboro, Arkansas here in a little bit. Still kind of thinking heading up toward like Clarksville, Russellville. Probably we'll just start by heading to Conway. In Conway there's a highway, and if I remember right, I think it's either 55 or 65. I think it's US 65 that runs north-south through there. And that would give us an option to get back up to the extreme northern portion of Arkansas if we had to. So I'm just going to get back toward the Conway area this evening. And we'll probably play it from there. Still anticipating Saturday possibly being a bigger severe weather event. Somewhere in the deep south, Dixie Alley, could be Louisiana, Mississippi, maybe Alabama, possibly extreme southern Arkansas, maybe even parts of Tennessee, Georgia. It's just too early to tell, but models are showing, are in actually fairly good agreement, at least they were this morning. I have not looked since this morning, about a pretty intense 500 millibar trough coming through. It had a bit of a positive tilt to it though when I looked. I'd like to see it more negatively tilted if we were forecasting severe weather, but it's just too early to nitpick it. Either way, regardless, with that intense of a trough coming through, it's probably going to mean some form of severe weather, give or take, around the Saturday time frame. Maybe even Saturday night into Sunday. We'll know more about that probably I would say the confidence will begin to grow on that by late Wednesday night, Thursday morning. And then by Thursday night, we should know a relatively decent idea on what's going to happen. It's just that we're almost a week out from that, and it's just tough to put any confidence in the models that far out. But we do know that somewhere in that vicinity, deep south here, there might be a severe weather event. It could also be snow on the north side of it too. That's something to watch. But I'm actually debating. Well, not anymore. I was initially debating if I wanted to go back to Wisconsin tomorrow, and then I would probably get home late tomorrow night. Then I would have Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday home. I'd have to leave on Friday, turn around and come back down, but I think I'm probably just going to end up staying down here. A lot of it's going to depend on what happens tonight. If we do end up getting that severe weather event, that big squall line deforming come through, I'll probably end up staying down here. But if that doesn't form, or it's not very potent or not very exciting, so to speak, I may just actually start heading back north, and then just may come back down later in the week. But I'll have to look at some models and see what's happening. It just might be more efficient because we're talking a lot of driving for going back and forth. Yeah, you get 2.5, 3 days at home, but you just got to turn around and come right back down. So I'm undecided, because we will be live streaming if anything happens on Saturday. About a day or two ago, there was a possibility, it was looking like on the GFS, that there may be a midweek severe weather chance, kind of another low-end chance like this, maybe Wednesday afternoon, possibly Thursday afternoon. But that's not really showing up so much on the models. But again, it's a little bit early to tell. By tomorrow afternoon, evening, tomorrow night for sure, we'll have a little bit better handle on that. Not looking very likely right now. Today, a big question was moisture return. Are we going to get those dew points out of the Gulf up here? And I don't think we quite did. But we'll see what happens. We got a couple more hours to maybe transport some more moisture in before that cold front comes crashing through with that squall line. Again, possibly a tornado threat yet tonight for Arkansas with that squall line. Yeah, I think I'll be coming down that way because, well, no, I probably won't make it down that far south. I'm probably going to cut over in Beebe to Conway, but that could change. Be very fluid when you're doing this because everything seems to change at the last minute. No idea what the speed limit is. Not a speed sign to be found. But yeah, radar is pretty quiet otherwise right now for most of the severe weather risk area. Looks like there's still one severe thunderstorm warning out there in kind of the western half of Tennessee. There's that storm that was initially tornado warned. It's not anymore. Other than that, that's like the only warning that I see. Yeah, you know, just looks like the mesoscale discussion is still valid. I doubt that they'll issue a watch. They could, but tonight's definitely a good time to have the weather radios on. Like I said, radar is quiet now, but I don't think that squall line is going to start to form until like 9-10 o'clock, and that'll probably be in extreme eastern Oklahoma and then pass east-southeast. Probably the Little Rock area, maybe 2-3 a.m. Just about to get on, what, 64 here? Yeah, 64. We didn't have any hail or anything like that with those cells. We did have some pretty heavy rain there. There was quite a bit of ponding on the road, some hydroplaning, but all in all, pretty tame so far. I'm probably going to shut the live stream down here in just a couple of minutes. Kind of keeping it up just because I'm kind of debating what the plan of attack is going to be for tonight. You know, I guess I need to sit down and look at the models. If like the short-range models like the HRRR are indicating that tonight it's going to be like instant linear, instant QLCS, you know, no tornado threat, I may actually just wait it out in the Little Rock or the Conway area and wait for the line to come to me, because 60 or 70 mile per hour wind gusts in a squall line, you know, are 60 to 70 mile per hour wind gusts. Doesn't matter where you're at, you know, whether I'm in Little Rock or if I'm in Fort Smith, it doesn't matter. It's still going to be 60 to 70 mile per hour wind gusts. So however, if it does look like an initial tornado threat with possibly a discrete cell or two in that northwest Arkansas corner, I may head that way. So I'll probably determine that here once I get back to 67, maybe into the Searcy area. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I kind of just wing it out here sometimes. It's kind of all you can do. But I think that Saturday event very well could be during the daylight hours. At least I hope it is, for the sake of streaming it. It's a lot more entertaining to actually watch something happen versus just a black screen with some blobs from the headlights. Regardless, if you are new, you can follow our Facebook page or subscribe on YouTube and get notifications when we go live. So if we do end up going live later, which we probably will at some point, you'll get notification of it. I'm going to stop and have to get some sort of dinner at some point. Then I'm going to have to sit down and figure out if I do stay down here, what I'm going to want to do for a hotel. I typically like to stay, when I'm in this area, I like staying in Searcy. I just like that little town. That's usually my my halfway point, even though it's not halfway. If I'm chasing in the Gulf Coast states, you know, like during December, January, February, March, these Deep South or Dixie Alley events, a lot of times from Wisconsin down to there, it's usually 15, anywhere really between 13 to 17 hours, depending where you go. So Searcy is about 9.5, 10 from my home in Wisconsin. Even though that's not halfway down there, it's kind of a comfortable stopping point. Where if I'm making the drive late or whatever, that's usually where I stop and get something to eat. Otherwise, I just drive straight through. Primarily, I just drive straight through. But if I want to stop somewhere, I usually pick Searcy. But I don't think I want to go that. I don't think I want to stop there. I think if I do end up staying down here, I may head south tomorrow, stay down here for the night. I don't know, like I said, it's all hinging on what happens with Saturday, and it's so far away. It's close, but it's far away. It's just too far away to determine with the models what it's going to do. And I don't really want to drive home, so folks, I think I'm going to shut the live stream down. No sense in having it up. Nothing's happening. I don't right now. I don't see an immediate severe weather threat for these storms that are moving through the Jonesboro area. There's really nothing else on radar for Arkansas. I appreciate everybody following along. I'm on 64 here. Going to be getting back to 67 before too long. So thanks everyone. I'm basically going to be heading toward Little Rock or Conway, one of those two areas. Maybe I'll stop in Beebe, I don't know, look at models and see if we can set up for later on tonight. Looks like it could be a damaging wind event, maybe even a tornado or two, a brief one. I don't think any strong or long track tornadoes, certainly not, but Storm Prediction Center still does have that slight risk for severe weather with a 5% tornado chance. When the new outlook comes out in an hour and a half, 2 hours or whatever, I'll post an update. We'll see if they keep it as a slight risk or if they downgrade it. I could see them possibly downgrading the tornado threat, but just be weather aware. Make sure you have an app or weather radio or something to get alerts, weather alerts tonight, because you just never know. Storms do catch people off guard at night. Advisory in Oklahoma. I'm not surprised. Alright, I'm going to let the stream play out for a moment. There is a 15-second delay built into the stream just to help with streaming latency. So I'll shut up for a couple of seconds so it doesn't cut it off when I end it. And then I will be back streaming to Facebook and YouTube here if the severe weather threat later on tonight does materialize, and I'll also be posting an update, and we'll see what goes from there. Be sure to, like I said, follow the page. We'll be doing live streams every day, breaking down the forecast for severe weather possibly later the week. Take care, everybody, and thanks for following along. It is extremely appreciated.